Welcome to Slightly Dramatic, episode something. I do not remember. I have lost all track of time. I have lost just the sense of time. I have lost the momentum for my podcast and whatnot. But you know what? Here I am back again recording my second recording since I've been back. Okay. And you know what else has lost complete sense? My freaking shimbal, man. I paid like £60 for this shit. And anytime I use my camera on the highest resolution for like images and videos, it gets stuck. And I'm just like the audacity. Like, look at this. What am I supposed to see from this? I bought it so that I could see myself. But you know what? Just too bad. We make do with the resources that we have. And here I am now doing the best that I can with what I have. Anyways, not to ramble on. Now, I've been really thinking about what episodes should I be making next. And I really don't want to be doing an episode which is kind of like going to make me think too much. I really am not in the mood to think a lot, okay? Like, you know what? Just do it gradually. Just pick out some easy conversation type of topics and just look for what creativity you can bring within this whole situation, right? So my Saturday and Sunday, I didn't do much. I was like, you know what? Let me just channel the energy of like just being by myself and just being in my room, doing my own thing, just having my own thoughts in. So today's conversation is going to be about hot takes. And I think this is going to be a regular piece because I have so many hot takes. The thing is, it doesn't come to me immediately. Like right now, if you'd ask me what's a hot take, I'll just be like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean? But when there's a certain situation, I'm like, you know what? Hot take. And yeah, and then I give them my opinion, and everyone's like, blasphemy. What do you mean? That's how you use the word, right? Or whatever. So I'm going to give you three hot takes and my opinion on these hot takes. All right. Now, the first one is the let them theory is bullshit. So I don't know how many of y'all watch Mel Robbins. I do listen to her podcast a lot, okay? And I feel like, oh my god, if I had to add more to this, first of all, I'm gonna keep this for another hot take, okay? But Mel Robbins is all very, she gets all these people who kind of tell you how to like improve your life, and it's quite repeated. But also, I guess you have to listen to all of her podcasts to like really get something out of it, right? But then the more you listen to them, the more similar they get, and you just realize that you just need to do like the bare minimum to just live a happy life, okay? And now she's written this book called Let Them Theory. And there was a short video that I saw where she was like, if people are being rude to you, let them. If someone's bullying you, let them. Bruh. Please don't let them. Like, I am one for, it's not about creating drama, but I'm just like, if someone had to bully me, I'd be like, how the fuck dare you, bro? What? I'm not gonna fight, okay? Like, I'm not a physical fighter like that. But like, why are you letting anyone speak to you that way? I guess there are times where you need to pick your moments on what is okay and what is worth your time and what is not, right? But like, if you're gonna let them for every single thing in your life, they are gonna just be walking all over you. So I just do not believe in this theory of let them. And the fact that she's written a book and just explained this brief part in this 400 pages book makes no sense to me. So I guess maybe you have to read the whole book. But it's just that I have had this whole era of my life where I have been reading self help books, okay? And I have been treating my whole self as this project, like I need to improve and I need to do this and I need to do that. So I'm not inclined towards reading this book, but it's just that one part where she's just like, let them. Absolutely not. If someone makes fun of me and I don't like it, I will not let them. I will let them have it, for sure. But like, no, absolutely not. So I really think that theory is really bullshit. And I don't know about the rest of the book, but that is my opinion on the little clip that she put out speaking about let them, let them, let them. I'm sorry, Mel, but I'm pretty sure you have not reached where you are by just letting them. You get what I mean? So yeah, maybe she did. I don't know, but who will ever who will ever know about this? Not me, because I will not let anyone. Yeah. I am quite feisty. Anyways, number two. Okay. Now, this Gary Chapman, whatever his name is, I was reading about this. A few years ago, there was this concept that came out that said everyone has a love language. Okay. And there are five love languages. One is physical touch, which will be on every guy's Hinge profile. Because I'm like, guys, this is not what you think it means, but disgusting. Cancel. And then there is acts of service, quality time, and then there is physical touch, called words of affirmation, and gift giving. Okay. And this came out like on social media a couple of years ago, and everyone's like, oh my god, my love language, and you have to give in your love language, and you have to take in your love language, and you need to know the other person's love language, blah 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 blah. Maybe it's much more deeper than what I'm gonna say right now, but also, why do I need to choose? Why do I need to be like, why do I even need to rank? Make it make sense. It's like this guy has come up. This guy, I'm telling you, is a lazy fart who has probably been disliked by his wife. I've not deep dived into his history, but I'm pretty sure he's like in this unhappy relationship or something. And he just has, for all you know, he's like a renowned psychologist. I don't know what he's up to, okay? But the whole concept sounds so bizarre to me. Like, because if I have a partner, why are you not loving me in all five languages? Why are you choosing? Why are you choosing? I don't understand. And why do I have to choose? Why do either of us have to choose? Like, if I am partnered with someone, I would want to love them in all five languages, right? And of course, it's not like in this one moment we had a fight and then I'm showering them and doing services and quality time and saying I'm so proud of you or whatever. Okay, you had to pick your moments, I guess, for all these things. But also, like, why do I need to choose? I like all of them. I want all of them. Like, make it make sense. I'm telling you, this guy who came up with it is a lazy fart, and he's like, you know what, these girls, they want it all, I can't give it all, so I'll say, you know what, rank your five, and I'll act according to that. No, you will not. You will not act according to that. And you please tell me one thing, okay? Acts of service. What do you mean? So I was like, give me examples of act of service, and they're like, when someone washes the dishes for you. Why are you washing the dishes for me? First of all, this is our house. You need to wash the dishes if I've cooked the fucking food. Okay? If I'm cleaning the counters, you're washing the dishes and you're keeping the food back in after we're done eating. How is that an act of service? What service are you doing? For whom? You're keeping your own house clean? That's an act of service? No. Okay? I don't know what an act of service would be. Like, but it, I'm just like, please, just. The last time someone asked me that, I don't think I actually selected it, but I did speak about it very differently. But like when I thought about it later on, I was like, why do I have to choose? Who has said this rule that you need to choose and you need to be loved in your act of service? I get that, okay? Like, if like, I guess I want all to it. I'm sorry. Like, I can't even give you an example of like, oh, if this happens, then I want this. No, I want it all. I want it all. Sorry, okay? And I think everyone deserves it all. Like, if you're in a relationship, if you tell someone that, hey, my love language is acts of service, so is this guy gonna like sit and clean the whole house all the time and that's gonna be enough? No, it's not. You're gonna need like words of affirmation. When something great happens, you're gonna need to hear about it. You're gonna need to spend quality time together. So if you mention only two of these things, you're like, oh, she doesn't like spending quality time, let me go outside and just chill all the time now. You never said your love language was spending quality time together. Guys, it's a relationship. You better be doing all of these things without being asked. Guys and girls, whatever, okay? So, yeah, I think this whole love language thing is just bullshit. Like, I think it's just a lazy man's way of like choosing and picking what he needs to do according to the person who he's going to be with. So, he's just trying to make things convenient for him. Don't fall for this propaganda. It's bullshit. Next one. Okay, I recently had a conversation with someone where they said that, oh, the people who are not married and who are not having kids, they are just finding other ways to distract themselves. Okay. And I said, Interesting. But what I think is a hot take is that having kids is actually a distraction from all the other things that you could be doing selfishly. I mean, selfishly might be a very strong word, but like you genuinely don't need to think about anyone if you want to do anything in life. You get what I mean? But once you have a kid, that's it. That's your commitment. That's your sacrifice. That's the rest of your life. We are the world. We are the children. You got to take care of them, heal the world. Yeah, you can say I watched Michael. But I think that's what it is. I feel like I feel like having kids is literally taking away from what you could completely be to a whole, like what you could be in the bigger picture of life, or it's just a distraction from the other things you can do in life. Okay, and I don't want to call a kid a distraction, but I'm just quoting what that conversation was like, right? I think also the whole idea that we all have grown up that we need to be married and we need to have kids by a certain age, and that is what's fulfilling in life. And I'm not saying that it's not fulfilling at all. I want to be married, and if I get the right person in my life, I would want to have kids someday. But like I think we have also come to a time where if that's not a choice, that is completely fine, and that people are allowed to like take decisions without seeing marriage or kids as a factor that's required in their life. And a lot of people are like, oh, y'all are straying away from what life is meant to be like. And who made this decision that life is meant to just be marriage and kids? Is it fulfilling? Yes, but life can otherwise also be quite fulfilling. I think if you have a good sense of community and stuff, I think life can still be fulfilling. And I think it also takes a lot to be okay with a life without a partner and without a child. I think that takes a really strong person. But like to quote that people are distracting themselves with other alternatives, I feel is kind of disregarding the fact that people have alternative choices and life can be good in a different sense as well. So my hot take is that kids are actually a distraction. Okay. And you know what? As much as I'm on this, yeah, I do want to have kids and all of that. I'm not the whole idea that I personally believe, I don't think kids are a distraction, but I think they are your ultimate sacrifice. And I feel like if you have a really good partner, amazing. Like, let's just say the life that I'm living now, once I have kids, I think that my biggest fear is that I'll just never have time for myself again. And I think as a mom, it's so natural to like sort of put yourself second. We have seen all of our moms do it. And we have seen, I don't know a lot of people in my generation who have kids, but the ones who have, they are obviously clearly in love with their kids. That could be the cycle of life. I don't know. But it's a scary thought. And I feel like all these things that I want to do and aspire to be, I have the biggest fear that if I have a kid at some point in my life, that's going to slow down, or my life might just take a different turn, which is also fine. It is what it is. But I think to quote that someone else is distracting themselves from the idea of having kids is just ridiculous to me. So these are my hot takes. This is a very short episode. I really do hope you have fun. I'm just trying to create momentum here. But if you do have any other hot takes, do let me know. If you do have any other topics, also let me know, because I am running out of ideas, guys. I'm just kidding. I'm not running out of ideas. The other day I met my friend and he said, hey, so like, I don't know how many episodes he's watched or not now, but he did ask me whether are you always going to speak about these experiences in life and you moving and whatever you're talking about now. You don't think of doing any comedy? And I'm like, either you think I'm really funny or you think I'm a clown. I don't know. but I like the idea that he thinks I can do comedy. Okay, I was just like, are you saying I'm funny? Stop. But I want to have a much more broad spectrum, I guess, of what I'm trying to speak about. So if you do have any ideas that you think I should talk about, let me know. Let me know. And do let me know your hot takes. I think this is going to be a regular thing, but I need to think of so many hot takes in that sense. And I'm going to be forcing my opinion like, oh, I have a hot take forcefully. Here you go. I think I already have my fourth hot take for the next one. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the 139 followers that I've had on YouTube. That is a big number for someone who started with 13 followers, and I that's amazing. Actually, that's not a bad number at all. But yeah, I do hope I get 500 tomorrow. A girl can dream. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Slightly dramatic. I do hope you follow me and share with your friends and subscribe, like, comment.